So Al was the very first alumnus that we hired to work for us. He came through our treatment program in 1992, and in 1996 he went back to school at Portland Community College. So Al knew the value of education, and for him it was really an important thing to be the first person in his family to go on to college. Got his associate's degree in alcohol and drug counseling. Came back and did his practicum with us here at the MRC, and when he came back I knew he was just this amazing, phenomenal counselor, and we hired him as the very first alumnus to work for us. Spent the next 9 years as just this amazing counselor doing phenomenal work with the men, just had a deep heart, real passion and commitment to recovery. And one of the things that Al and I would do during those course of those 9 years, we'd go out and speak to local schools, high schools, universities, and Al had this very deep passion for wanting to give back to kids. And he knew that part about education, that it was this opportunity for kids to really pursue their dreams and their hopes, and also as an equalizer for kids who are growing up in poor families with a lot of addiction. It gives them that chance to have more, equity in life. So when Al passed away in 2006, my dream was to honor him and his legacy, but also to really try and honor kids in our community. And so I started a scholarship in Al's name.
I have enjoyed my life more the past 12 years than all, the other 47. I've done more in the past 12 years than I did all my life. I've been employed for the first, this is the longest I've ever been in one place in my life is at this job. And I just want to continue to help people. I'm not done. I just feel like I got something left to do. Still got some unfinished work to do. And I'm just going to keep at it, try to learn as much as I can and pass it on.
So the goal is to really get kids to take a look at addiction in the community, in their schools. How can we solve that problem? How can we encourage kids to do service work? And how can we try and give more money out to low-income kids and kids from addicted families?
My dad started using drugs, and mainly he started off in high school. He used marijuana, and then he started using as he started to get older out of high school and all, he started to use meth. And so that kind of really impacted my brother and I's lives. We actually didn't know about it at the time, but when we were 8, he got caught using drugs, and so we got moved to our grandparents' house. And actually that wasn't when I was 8, I'm sorry, that was when I was 11. But when I was 8, my mom had died, so we didn't have our mom to go to after that because she died from a rare lung disease. I was a pretty successful student. I never got involved in drugs or anything like that, which is a big, drugs or alcohol was obviously impacting me at the beginning of my life, which kind of made it so I didn't do it in the future. And I was real happy when I finished high school and I accomplished that goal.
Yeah, and so at my high school, it was just one of those, alcoholism, drug use is just one of those unfortunate things that you kind of grew up with, living in a low-income area, because it's something a lot of students' parents went through when they were younger, and maybe they continued the habit, or something kids were exposed to in their neighborhoods, or through gangs, because, gangs are really common, unfortunately, and youth lean towards finding groups like that to fit in with, and you can't really blame a kid for wanting to fit in, but unfortunately a lot of times, especially if you fall in with the wrong group, you end up with a lot of the wrong people and making the wrong kind of decisions, and it's just really unfortunate. And so when I heard about the scholarship, I was like, you know what, that's something I could write about, that's something I can relate to, and that's just how I ended up applying for it.
The beauty of this scholarship is that there's really no overhead. A lot of the work is just done through me and my extra time here at the MRC. I just kind of do it on part of my own personal passion and commitment to the program, and commitment to Al and commitment to recovery. And so really essentially every penny that's raised in the scholarship goes back to the kids.
This scholarship really, it really helped me, mainly because of the fact that since I was adopted at the age of about 11, my dad didn't have that much time to save up for money for college, because he didn't expect that he'd get kids and all. So, especially kids at the age of 11 instead of 1, or 0, but you get it. so he's only had like 7 years to save up for college. It kind of shows me that somebody is there that kind of believes in me. Other than my immediate family or my family at all or friends, it's somebody who has read my story and believes in me.
It's been a huge help because college is extraordinarily expensive and overpriced in my opinion. And one of the worst things are books and book supplies and course materials, and it's just ridiculous what they're asking from students, especially in, you know, a public university. But it's really helped pay for my books, and half of it already has gone to books alone. And I'm only in the second term of a 3-term school year, so it's just really, really overpriced. But it's been a huge help, and I'm just really glad that that's one less thing I have to worry about, because I've got so many friends who are struggling to find financial aid this year, and it's just so hard to come by, especially since the need is growing. And I was one of the students who got lucky, and I'm just really grateful to have it.
You know, one of the things that I believe in strongly is prevention work. You know, as I said, growing up in a family with a lot of addiction, you know how much pain and anguish that causes for the individual. And being a little kid, you know, life's not fair to little kids who grow up with a lot of pain and violence caused by addiction. So if we can prevent that with one kid and one family, yeah, I think we've done a phenomenal gift that we've given back to the community. But if we can prevent it with a lot of kids and a lot of families, we've done an even greater service to our community. And that's my commitment, is to keep doing this day in and day out, year after year, and keep raising money in honor of Al, and trying to help more kids get to college.